So, to all the lovely listeners from around the world, greetings from India. My name is Nasir Shaikh, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Lexicon Management Institute of Leadership and Excellence. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about creativity. So, I'm going to share a small story with you. When I was small, I used to love to draw and paint. And I remember very clearly it was Sunday morning, I was chilling with my cousins, and I had this creative burst. So I took out my art book to put on paper what's in my mind. And I excitedly started drawing, adding the pencils, adding the colors, getting the sketch in place. And I was midway through the drawing, and every person starts their art differently. And my aunt passed from there and she said, "Hey Nasir, what's that? What are you making?" I excitedly looked at her, full of passion, bubbly, and said, "I'm making a tiger." And I don't know what went through her mind, but she burst into laughter, not knowing that that very moment she had crushed my confidence. Did I continue painting? No, for the longest time I didn't. Till I got my confidence back a few years ago, I did not go near the canvas, I did not go near an art book. So don't allow someone else to dictate to you your creativity. Do not allow anybody, anything to block your creativity. Many a times, I've had many people come across to me and ask me, "Hey Nasir, you're so creative. How do you manage that?" And I ask back, what does creativity mean? What does it lead to? What does creativity mean to you? The dictionary definition is creativity is the use of imagination or original ideas to create something. Inventiveness, as per me, it leads to innovation and finding yourself or your elusive goal. And each person has that creative mindset. It's only about harnessing the same. There is one myth, though, which I thought we should discuss today that I would like to address. One of the biggest misconceptions that is linked to creativity is that creativity and suffering are somehow inherently linked, and that artistry somehow in the end will lead to anguish. And if there's one thing that troubles me immensely, it is how comfortable we have become with that thought. Are you? What I would love to see is that both these are separated and the creative minds are allowed to grow. You nourish them, you cherish them, you allow them to prosper. And what I would like to dwell upon is for us to allow us to give ourselves the permission to be creative. A lot of times we block it ourselves. Allow us to offer more to the world, something that the world around you will consider important. But please keep in mind that whilst you do that, around you are going to be your largest critics. Do not allow anyone to shut you down. Take the opportunity to express yourself, to showcase yourself, to show what you're made of. I wish if there were more people around me that would have been able to harness my creativity to clear any mental obstacles. I was very lucky that my mom and dad really encouraged me to do that and go out of the way and bounce out. And very recently, I came across this term called guided mastery, which was coined by Albert Bandura, the most cited psychologist alive today. He used this to help people overcome their snake phobia. In his experiments, subjects would receive treatment combining graduated live modeling with guided participation. Thinking about the same, if one could do that to unleash their true reality, wouldn't that be wow? So let me talk to you about an incident that happened to me when I was in grade 5. It was Teacher's Day. I was to recite a poem on stage, and midway, I came down running from the stage as some senior behind hooted and made fun of one of the lines. I felt crushed. But if it hadn't been for my mother, I would have never been able to go back on stage. May God bless her soul. She encouraged me, motivated me to go back on stage and finish my performance. She ensured that my confidence grew. It was nourished and not crushed. Similarly, we should look at finding these small steps to both encourage and unleash our own creativity. Let me share another example, a very simple example of vaccinations and how they spread the fear against needles. My 5-year-old is no exception to that. He's afraid of needles when he has to go for his vaccination. But I was super impressed with his doctor. She has not allowed this fear to set in him. She has this unique way of storytelling, telling the child a story which literally puts the child into an area of comfort, and the needle prick feels like a thorn prick in the garden while he was playing around. I wish my doctor had done that with me so I wouldn't have been scared of the needle till day. Till today, I'm afraid to go and get an injection just because of remembering that torture of that needle going through my soft skin and connecting it to that. So let us move forward from here to a few elements that work for me. How do I let myself unleash my creativity? Mindfulness. Mindfulness is something that will allow you to give yourself the me time. It allows you to think clearly. It allows you to feel yourself. It allows you to explore yourself. It allows you to find things that are important to you. It allows you to be creative because it is something that will give you the space that you require. The second piece is believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, there is nothing that is impossible. There is nothing that can stop you. You are what you believe you are. I recently shared a very interesting image, and it brings a smile to my face. It's a cat, and she's doing a portrait of herself, and on the canvas, you see this large tiger. And it just tells you mindset, doesn't it? It just tells you what the person thinks. The third piece for me is me time. What's me time? Me time is that time that you spend with yourself. Allow you to explore and think. Allow you to isolate yourself from the distractions that are around you. The fourth piece, you won't believe it. For me, it's a simple thing as a notepad and a pen. The moment an idea comes to me, I take out my notepad and start writing on it. I start putting my thoughts down on paper. I start putting what is there with me on that. It allows me to get a collection of ideas together. It allows me to make things happen when I wanted to make it happen. Then there's this space that I call organized chaos. When you see my notepad, or you see sometimes my canvas, or you see my whiteboard, you will think that what's happening out there. But what it is, it's purely a lot of thought showering that's happening there. A lot of people ask me, Nasir, what's the difference between thought showering and brainstorming? So for me, thought showering is when you're letting the creativity, the thoughts getting unleashed without any prejudice. In brainstorming, there is this little element where you need to pull off that layer of dirt or the layer of that blockage off your mind, that will allow you to bring your thoughts forward. And hence, I always recommend, and I personally use the word thought showering against brainstorming. And last but not the least is gratitude. I am thankful for everything that I have. And when I'm thankful to God, I'm thankful to my parents, I'm thankful to my family, I'm thankful to my friends, and I'm thankful to myself that I allow myself the space where I can sleep peacefully. That sleep, that delta sleep, allows the mind to be more in an exploratory room. So, if there are any last words that I have for you, or if there is one message that I would like to give you, that message would be believe in yourself. Find your road and travel that journey. Will there be obstacles? Yes. But it's up to you if you let those obstacles be obstacles or you convert them into opportunity. And I'm going to end my thoughts today with a doha from Kabir. It says, Kaal kare to aaj kare so ab, pal mein pralay hoegi, fir bahuri karega kab. Translated, what you got to do tomorrow, do today. What you got to do today, do now. If the world's no more, then when will you do it? So, go and just do it.